Welcome to the America 250 PA Start Here, America Did podcast, telling the unique stories that make up the diverse fabric of Pennsylvania.
Hey there, and welcome back to another episode. My name is Sydney Harris, and I'm so excited to be your host. Today, we're lumbering into the heart of the Pennsylvania wilds. On its website, Visit Clearfield County, PA describes the region as backwoods, back roads, and backwaters. And behind that rugged charm is a rich story of a booming industry and incredible hospitality. From early lumber rafts floating down the Susquehanna to family farms that have stood for over a century, this region has always found strength in its roots. We're thrilled to be joined by Susan Williams and Brandy Owens from Visit Clearfield County, PA, the team working every day to connect travelers with the people, places, and traditions that make this area unforgettable. Whether you're exploring the outdoors, sipping your way through the Lumberjack Tasting Trail, or uncovering the deep history that has shaped this region, Clearfield County is a place with small-town charm and big-time stories. So, go ahead, throw on your favorite flannel, and let's get chopping. Susan, Brandy, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So to get started, can you tell us about your roles at Visit Clearfield County, PA, and the mission behind your work?
My name is Brandy Owens, and I am the Assistant Director here at Visit Clearfield County. My job is to try and bring tourism to our county for people to come and visit our partners, to see the different sites that you're able to visit while here. We do have everything from some of the best fishing streams, boating lakes, bird watching, elk viewing, and we also have some very historical sites that you're able to see, which shows you the backbone of Clearfield County.
In my role here, Visit Clearfield County is part of Clearfield County Recreation and Tourism. I am chairman of the board for the organization, and I'm also a lifelong resident of Clearfield County, so it's an honor and a privilege to be able to try to show our county to the rest of the world. We're very proud of what we've done here over the past 250 years and beyond, and what the future holds for us. So we're anxious to welcome people to our area.
And I think a lot of people will love to see your area, especially after this podcast, because it is quite beautiful. And when you go onto your website for Visit Clearfield County, PA, you see the phrase backwoods, back roads, and backwaters. It's a powerful introduction to the region. What does this slogan mean to you and to those who visit Clearfield County?
Backwoods, back roads, and backwaters is really, it's our previous slogan, and it really encompasses all that we have to offer. You can come to Clearfield County, rent a cabin on the mountain, take scenic drives, see the wildlife, see the elk, see the black bears. Also, the fishing here is phenomenal. Places like Laurel Run or Little Meadies where you can fish for native trout. We have several lakes and ponds that you can fish for bass. We have the Currensville Dam where the muskie fishing is fantastic. You can kayak, you can boat. The Currensville Dam has no restrictions on horsepower, so we get a lot of visitors up there for that. It's a wonderful water skiing area. The region just offers so much as far as immersing yourself in nature, that slogan really encompasses that. At the same time, if you're on the mountain or you're in our area and you want to come to town for a delicious meal, or our local theater does productions like All Quiet on the Western Front or Macbeth and several musicals a year, we just really have a lot to offer.
We are also known as halfway to everywhere. Clearfield County does sit in the middle of Pennsylvania. One of our major roads that runs through us is 219, 322, and Interstate 80. We have one of the best rest stops right off of Interstate 80. We really are halfway. We are 2 hours and 15 minutes from Pittsburgh, 2 hours, 15 minutes from the New York border, the West Virginia border, and also even over to Harrisburg. We are the perfect stop on your trip, whether you're passing through, if you're looking for a weekend getaway, I mean, we are the perfect little stop for your halfway to everywhere on your journey through life.
And Clearfield County is in the Pennsylvania wilds. Why do you think that your county is different from other destinations? And why do you think it's resonating more and more with travelers today?
As Brandy just said, we are so accessible with so many different ways to get into our county, which differentiates us a little bit from the other counties in the Pennsylvania wilds. You can get here for that weekend getaway, or you can come for even longer, but we're easy to get to. We have a lot of things that are accessible because we have the major interstate running through us, that you can come for a weekend, like she said.
Most families today, I know mine included, are very, very busy. We live very busy lives, like a lot of American families here. So one of the reasons I believe that people come here is because we do move at a little bit of a slower pace. We don't have Hershey Park or big amusement parks, things like that. We have the lakes, the rivers, the wildlife that allow you to really just unwind with your family or even just by yourself if you'd like. And to really get back to your roots with nature and to really just take a moment and breathe and to get away from the normal hustle and bustle of everyday life.
I think we could all use some of that. And Visit Clearfield County offers resources from lodging and camping to trails and events. What are some tools or services you're most proud of to provide? And how do they enhance a visitor's experience in Clearfield County?
So our office offers a lot of different brochures. We have currently 5 different brochures that are made by us. We have a dinner brochure, a hiking trail, accommodations, tasting trails, different things like that that allow people to really see the different areas you can visit throughout our county. We also have a travel planner. It is very, very hot book currently. It is a 2-part edition that starts all the way back from 1804 and ends at 1915. It shows you our in-depth history. We also have this amazing administrative assistant. Her name is Crystal. And if you call in and you're looking for something particular, like where can I stay and bring my RV? Where can I bring my horses? Where is kids friendly? She is able to send you what we call our care packages. And our care packages will show you all the different events that you can go to that are happening throughout each month. Or if you want to go to a particular place, she's able to send you the information on that. And she's also able to give you recommendations of, hey, let's try and visit this place. I think you'll like it for such and such reasons.
I think to supplement that too, Visit Clearfield County, and I'm sure many counties do this as well, but Clearfield County really is a friendly county. If a visitor comes here, you'll find just about everybody will help you out. If you need an idea of where to go, where to eat, what to go see, how to find the elk, if you're here looking for elk, we really have that sense of community here. It is very small town feeling while we still are very much in the 21st century.
And Brandy mentioned tasting trails. So speaking of these tasting trails, you found quite a creative way to bring history to life through tourism. One great example is the Lumberjack Tasting Trail. I love that name. Can you walk us through what the trail is and how it came to be?
The Lumberjack Tasting Trail was created around COVID. What it allowed people to do was to still kind of come together to continue to grow the communities and our small businesses, our wineries, breweries, and distilleries in an outdoor environment. So you still got to interact with people, but obviously at a safe distance. It still allowed our community to grow and to thrive. And it grew and grew and grew from there. Our tasting trail is our most popular trail. We go through thousands of cards, which each card has its own winery, brewery, and list of distilleries on it, and it tells you what awards you would get whenever you complete them. So we go through thousands of those every year. It's very, very well received.
And I'm going to dive a little bit into history here while still talking about the Lumberjack Tasting Trail. So Clearfield County is known for its lumber heritage. How does the trail honor this heritage, and what kind of stops or experiences can visitors expect along the way?
Well, Clearfield County's lumber heritage is really our connection to the Revolution. The county was not founded until 1804 officially. We were part of other counties. So during the Revolution and the time of the lumber industry really booming, we were sending rafts down the river, sending lumber to the sawmills and supporting the cities along the coast. Our lumber heritage is still very evident today. Many towns and areas are still named from the time of the lumber industry: Cherry Tree, Wetzel's Dead Water, Chest Falls, Hogback, Leonard's Landing. All these places still exist today. And as you do the trail and you travel through our county, you'll see these names, you'll see the historical markers, you'll see the landmarks that are still out there.
And we read that over 12 billion board feet of lumber were cut between 1840 and 1890. This is quite a feat for your county. What are some of the most compelling stories from that era that still echo in your area today?
Some of those things that are still talked about today and still available in many of the resources available at our historical societies, we can talk about things like the 3-mile-long log jam between Curransville and Lumber City. Imagine that, 3 miles long of a log jam on the Susquehanna River. We have stories of the rafts that went down. The rafts were sent down to smaller headwaters and parts, and then they would be connected up on the main part of the Susquehanna. These rafts were so long and so big, they required 2 separate sweeps. They had a sweep on the front, a sweep on the back to get downriver. And these rafts, you have to note, they ran in the spring because later in the summer, the water levels would drop and there would not be enough water to run these rafts. The rafts would travel down. They often had a shack on them for the men to sleep in. They even had, stoves and fires in the shacks on the raft. They would tie up at night at various landings. And those rocks and those tie-ups are still there today, many of them. We sent rafts to Williamsport, Lock Haven, down to Harrisburg. Really, that number is probably not even a correct number. I would probably say it's more than that during that time frame, because we powered the East Coast with our spars. Our spars were used for shipbuilding in Philadelphia. These things are still out there today. And some of the words that we still use, you'll hear like widowmaker. Widowmaker is a term that today it's often used just to something that's going to maybe be a danger or hazard. But the term came from low-hanging branches over the river that if you weren't careful would sweep you off the raft and the raftsman would drown, and it was a widowmaker. Or the Scribner roll, or the snub rope, or stomach rubber. All these words that were used in the logging area are still out there today.
That is really fascinating to hear. And I want to talk about history to today. So there's still a rich connection here between seasonal logging work and farming. How is that agricultural legacy still visible in the county's culture today?
I think going back to the logging times, as I said, most of the raft running was done in the spring, and most of the cutting of the trees was done in the winter. Farmers would farm all summer long, and then this is what they would do in the winter to make ends meet. In 1862, the railroads actually went into our DuBois portion of our county, and logging in that area was done mostly by a railroad. But it opened up the opportunity, too, for shipping out of agricultural products. Even today, and in my lifetime, farmers have had other occupations as well. Farming is kind of tough up here. We don't have the landscape that necessarily allows you to make a living farming full time. So many farmers have a second job. Back in the day, it was logging work. Today, we have farmers that maybe they have they're school teachers, so they worked in the mining area. So the farmers have been very resourceful in this area, and it's still happening today.
I do like how starting in May to, I want to say, the end of October to early November, when you drive through our back roads and even on some of our main roads, you will see Amish produce stands and produce stands from different farmers, anywhere from corn to pumpkins to potatoes, even apple farms. You will see produce stands throughout many of our roads. Our produce is amazing in this area. And I do believe that our farmers contribute so much to parts of our survival throughout our county, throughout different parts of the year.
And if someone is planning their first visit to Clearfield County, what are your must-see recommendations beyond even the Lumberjack Tasting Trail?
I would say one of your must-sees is Bilger's Rocks. It is a 300 million year old rock formation, and it is in Grampian. I mean, it's very beautiful. It has little caves that you can walk in. You can walk in between all the different rock formations. You're even able to rock climb them on certain areas. One of the newest attractions in Bilger's Rocks is from Roland Welker, who is the 100-Day King off the TV show Alone. He did stay a full 100 days. He is originally from our town. He built a replica of the rock formation that he built up in Alaska whenever he was up for the TV show. I would also suggest that you come and you see our elk. Our elk are the best time to see them is mid-August to the beginning of November for their rut bugle season. We do bring thousands of visitors in from all over the country to see our elk in the fall. We also bring in a lot of bird watchers. So we have everything from your waterfowls to bald eagles. And we also get a lot of fishermen who just love to come and drop a lure in one of our lakes and rivers and to catch either smallmouth, largemouth bass. We even have trout. We also have beautiful historical societies. Our historical societies really show the foundation of what made Clearfield County as great as it is today. And we do have some really good, amazing breweries, distilleries, wineries, restaurants, and we also have different places as like the Clearfield Arts Theater, which we call as CAST. We also have the Rates Theater, which is in DuBois. And these two companies put on amazing shows. I mean, just amazing. And there's always something to do, no matter if it's in the middle of January or if it's in the middle of the summer. Like we always have something fun and amazing to do.
And I'll add to that. I would think the things that you just must see if you come here, number one being our Clearfield County Fair, which is the third largest fair in Pennsylvania. And it offers everything from agricultural products and exhibitors, 4-H exhibitors, harness racing runs 4 days here, including 2 nights of evening races. The fair is just phenomenal. They offer some entertainment on stage, as well as a midway with, rides and things for the kids. And as Brandy said, we always have something going on. We're currently in the middle of festival season. So if somebody wants to step back in time and go to some old-fashioned type festivals here literally run, I think there's 16 total parades in Clearfield County throughout the summer, and there's more festivals than that. Another thing that Clearfield County has to offer that you might not think of us for is we have some fantastic golf courses. I know there's a course we have that we literally have to watch that you don't hit your ball into a barn, and to some top-notch courses at Treasure Lake that offer some very fine greens. The other thing, too, is you can't forget the river, and I'll just kind of circle back to the Susquehanna. Come see our Susquehanna. It's the West Branch of the Susquehanna. It runs through Clearfield County. It starts at Cherry Tree, which is actually where William Penn signed the treaty with the Indians. There's a marker there. You can see bald eagles on our river. You can see bald eagles, in the area because they have the river now to hunt over. So it is something that's really, really interesting. We also have places like Panther Rocks and Shagger's Inn, which are very rural, beautiful settings just to come and have a picnic or camp out. There's just so much to offer that way.
And as we look toward 2026 and America's 250th, how does Visit Clearfield County, PA hope to continue sharing its history, culture, and immense natural beauty with the world?
I think by continuing to highlight the different things that you're able to do through the county, our fairs, festivals, parades, and with PA 250 Clearfield County, we are boosting each of those events throughout this year and all the way to October of 2026. We really want to come in and to highlight each event and to also celebrate Pennsylvania, turning 250 years old next year.
One of the goals of our Clearfield County Semi-Quincentennial Committee is to make an experience that kids will remember 50 years from now. I'm old enough to remember 1976, and just what a remarkable year that was, and the things that I have, and little mementos and things that I have and memories that I have. We want to recreate that for the kids today. So when they find an old box in the attic in 50 years, they can say, I remember 2026 and the semi-quincentennial, and have good memories and really see that we have pride in our country and the county is here to stay and go into the future.
Well, that's fantastic. And Susan and Brandy, thank you so much for coming on our show today. And it's evident how much you love your county and the people of your county and your county's history. So thank you so much for sharing your love for Clearfield. We loved having you, and we can't wait to see the remarkable things that Clearfield County does in 2026.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
As we wrap up today's episode, we're reminded that the best tourism inspires connection. It's about seeing a place through someone else's eyes, hearing their stories, and finding meaning in the details. A drink named for a lumberjack, a farm passed down for generations, a quiet trail with a legacy behind it. A big thank you to Susan Williams and Brandy Owens for giving us a glimpse into the heart of Visit Clearfield County, PA, and for showing us how rural tourism can be rooted in both pride and possibility. If Clearfield County wasn't on your radar before, it definitely should be. To learn more, plan your visit, or explore the Lumberjack Tasting Trail, head to visitclearfieldcounty.org. And if your town has a story to tell, send it our way. We're always looking to share the moments and memories that make Pennsylvania shine. Until next time, be curious, travel kindly, and stay PA proud.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cassandra Coleman, Executive Director of America 250 PA. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. We encourage you to learn more about America 250 PA and send us your podcast ideas at america250pa.org.
This has been the America 250 PA Start Here, America Did podcast, produced by Commonwealth Media Services. Stay tuned for more epic Pennsylvania stories at america250pa.org.